What's going on, everybody? My name is MT and welcome back to DaFAQs, a show where I just answer frequently asked questions that people have on the internet, even though nobody asked me to. A lot of people don't know this, but the Guardians of the Galaxy team that most people know about, with Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and Cassette Tape, is not the first ever Guardians of the Galaxy team. If you watched my video on who Starhawk is, you probably already know this, but if you haven't, well, gosh darn it, I hate you too. The first Guardians team actually looked a lot different. When they first debuted on the cover of Marvel Superheroes issue 18, the team consisted of what appeared to be a naked purple grape man, an obese banana, a black man who hasn't applied lotion in a couple of days, and a Native American Oompa Loompa. I think we can all agree that comic book art has come a long way. And like I said in the past, the reason why you probably haven't seen any of these weird looking people before is because they all exist in a completely different universe within the Marvel comics. The Marvel universe that you're probably familiar with is called Earth 616, and that's the main Marvel comic book universe. That's where Star-Lord and his team exist in all of their dysfunctional glory. But this original Guardians of the Galaxy team comes from a universe known as Earth 691, a universe that is set in the 31st century when Marvel Earth colonized a bunch of other non-Earth planets in the solar system. It was just like Interstellar, but significantly less corny in both senses of the word. However, unfortunately, it was also a time when an alien race known as the Badoon was flying around from planet to planet, canceling everybody's Christmas plans by doing a little thing I like to call mass murder on a planetary scale. It's a hobby, I guess. Everybody needs a hobby. But anyways, some of you guys out there have probably heard of the name Martinex Tanaga. And if you haven't, you have now. And who knows? Maybe you'll hear about it more in the future. But regardless, the question remains, just who is Martinex Tanaga? Well, surprise! Martinex isn't actually a man with supernaturally ashy black skin, because he doesn't even have skin at all. Because the entire surface of his body is basically one giant crystal. He's a crystal man. Hold up now, time out. A crystal man? That's impossible. The only time you see a crystal and a man together is during a lap dance at your local strip club. Crystal man. When was the last time you seen a crystal man on Earth before, huh? Never. I have never seen that. Well, that is an excellent point, person who has clearly never read a comic book before. That's because Martinex is not from Earth at all. He's actually from a planet that you may have heard of called Pluto. Oh, I'm sorry, NASA. I meant dwarf planet, because apparently, after 70-something years, Pluto just wasn't big enough for you nerds anymore. It just wasn't penetrating the solar system like you wanted to anymore. Wasn't close enough to your hotspot, was it? I bet you only like the big ones with the rings on it, don't ya? Size doesn't matter, NASA. You're all just jealous that Pluto is the only place colder than your hearts. Anyways, yeah, Martinex is a crystal man scientist from Pluto. In fact, Martinex and all of his Pluvian friends all developed these silicon crystal bodies because, you know, Pluto is cold as hell, and he would totally die if he was one of those soft, normie humans who all look like gerbil babies. And not only can Martinex survive in extremely cold temperatures, Martinex's body can also allow him to survive in extremely hot temperatures as well, which is super dope and great for trips to Florida. And you know what's also dope? Being able to survive in outer space without a spacesuit, and having eyesight that allows you to see in extreme darkness and brightness. So basically, if Martinex were to stub his toe in the dark, it would be his own damn fault, because he can see everything. That's amazing. But what is also cool about Martinex's expensive looking Pluvian body are his hands, because you know how regular human beings like you and me have a dominant hand and a hand that's kind of like meh. I mean, unless you can use both hands like some sort of freak of nature. Well, Martinex is a freak of nature because both of his hands are special. His crystal right hand has the ability to concentrate the light and heat energy around him so he can shoot it all out in blasts of heat energy. And with his left hand, he can cool down the air around him to produce blasts of cold energy, which is pretty cool considering that I can't even write my name with my left hand, and it's only 2 letters. That's pretty sad. But yeah, Pluvians are pretty cool, man. I mean, they would be if they weren't all dead. Remember those Badoon alien jerks I told you about? Well, they killed all of his friends and family, and also the mailman and everyone else, while Martinex was off being a scientist nerd on Pluto's moon, doing his job. Being a scientist. He's a scientist. I don't know if you knew that. He's super smart. He went to college. So, Martinex, not wanting to share the fate of a Pluvian mailman, gets the hell off of Pluto, meets up with 3 other superpowered dudes who also got their shit rocked by the Badoon, they all sing, "We're not gonna take it," and form the Guardians of the Galaxy, a team where Martinex would eventually become the leader of, for a small time. Eventually. And they all go on all sorts of adventures, recruit more Badoon-stricken weirdos onto their team, and have a jolly old time in the good old name of revenge and justice. And revenge. Because fuck the Badoon, honestly. They're assholes. They're their whole race. I don't mean to be racist, but you can't trust a Badoonie. Badoon moves into your neighborhood, watch out. Clutch your purse harder than you would have. Lock your door like... And that's pretty much all you need to know about Martinex Tanaga, really. Also, he would leave the Guardians team for a time to form his own knockoff brand of a Guardians team known as the Galactic Guardians, with the Earth 691 versions of Ghost Rider, Wonder Man, Firelord, and the Vision, also known as Mainframe in that universe. But after a while, he was like, nah, and went back to the OG Guardians because those were his Badoon killing brothers, son. Because friends that kill Badoon together stay together. I read that in Chicken Soup for the Soul. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do it, or just leave a thumbs up, or share this video. That also makes me happy on the inside. And after you do the thing, hit that ding so you can get upload notifications whenever I upload a video. My name is MT, and those were DaFAQs, and if you didn't know, now you know. Catch you guys later.